Let's give it up for Mr. Levar Burton! I have actual chills. You guys, I love being here.
That was kind of cool, I gotta say.
It feels good, doesn't it?
That was cool.
It's not, how are you doing today?
Steph, you know what? I'm having a good day.
So folks who have seen me here know I typically don't fangirl. I'm freaking out. So I'm gonna go lean on you all to ask the questions while I just sit here and go, this is my life, guys, this is my life. We'll start over here with a question from you. Hi. Oh, it's working now.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. My question is, I'm Jesse.
Jesse, those are the house rules. You come to the mic to ask a question, please tell us your name.
Hi.
Keep your question to a question, not a dissertation followed by a question.
It's like you've done this once or twice.
Any question in 2 parts, please know that part 2 may not be answered.
Understood.
Proceed.
My question is, with how expansive the Star Trek universe is now, do you want to direct again?
Coming out of the gate strong.
I'm gonna go with yes. Can I pick my show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I pick Lower Decks?
Absolutely.
That's not what I was gonna say. I just asked if I could.
Good questions were asked today. Thank you very much. Over here, a question from you.
Hi, my name is Matt, and I'm just curious, what do you think it was that made the cast of TNG so unified? Because like Will Wheaton still calls y'all his family. You guys are still celebrating Zoom birthdays together. Well, let's just say a long time since the show wrapped. What do you think is the magic that made that happen?
I think they call it love.
Oh,
We genuinely love each other.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Sometimes we hate each other, but generally,
Well, that's family, right?
we love each other. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is family.
Yeah.
Star Trek holds up so well. So I actually rewatched the show when I was pregnant with my daughter, and she may be backstage.
She's almost an adult now.
I know, right? But it was so nice to see, after so many years had lapsed from when I'd watched it when I was younger, how much of it still was relevant today. And that is sort of universally true across the Star Trek. What is it that makes the storylines hold up so well over time?
Well, we all know that, at its best, Star Trek gives us allegories for the times in which we live right now. I mean, they are parables, they are allegories, they are indications of what we as a species, how we want to treat one another, how we want to roll through this thing called life. I see Star Trek as kind of a video instructional map for how to treat other people. And in the show, it's just aliens standing in for the other people, right? I think it's Star Trek in its own way is instructional, if not educational. I'll say that.
For you, when you come to a convention, what is the most rewarding part of the experience?
Yes. Yeah.
You. Let's give it up for the audience who's turned up here today. Thank you.
This is why we come here, right? To see y'all. Especially now, post-pandemic. It's great to see you, right? And to feel you. There's only so much energy that can be exchanged over the Zoom, right? Electronically. This is You can't replace this.
Yeah, awesome. I love it.
My name is Paul, and the quick question I had for you, which was your favorite episode of Reading Rainbow that you filmed?
Nice question, Paul.
I don't know, Paul, I'll be honest with you. That was probably the best job I'll ever have in my life. No, really. Being the host of Reading Rainbow, I got to do so many astounding things and meet so many amazing people and do what it is I love to do, tell stories. You know, I learned how to scuba dive or dive to the coral reefs. Amazing Grace is one of my favorites because it's just one of my favorite children's books and it's got Whoopi Goldberg in it. Hot Air Henry, I went to the Palmetto Balloon Classic, a hot air balloon festival in Camden, South Carolina. Flew a plane for Ruth Law, Thrills a Nation. I landed that sucker. That was me.
I'm a student
landing
pilot.
the
That's
plane,
awesome.
okay?
Yes.
So much fun. So much fun. It's like, are you a parent? Yeah.
No, I'm not,
No.
but I just loved watching the show when I was growing up.
Well, imagine being asked which is your favorite child.
Yeah. And it was even kind of cool when...
And you've got 26 years worth of children.
And then it was cool like how you had to cross over with the Star Trek episode where you were on the Enterprise from Reading Rainbow.
That was the episode based on the book The Bionic Bunny Show.
Wasn't that from Arthur?
Where we went behind the scenes of Star Trek. Yes, sir, your memory is intact.
Thank you for your question. We have a question over here. Hi.
Hi, my name is Grant, and I just want to say it's an honor to meet you. If you could pick like one book from your childhood or high school years to reenact on the Enterprise D's holodeck, what would it be and why?
I never heard that one before.
I'm giving it up to you for that. That's a good question. That's hard to do when you do as many conventions as he does.
Respect. I'm gonna go the Carlos Castaneda trilogy, Tales of Power.
Nice. I would have gone with either 10,000 Links Under the Sea or Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you.
Sorry, just offering an opinion.
I kid.
It is an excellent question.
It was a great question. I ruined it. I totally ruined it, didn't I?
No, it's fine. You didn't ruin it. It was great. All right, well, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Question over here. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Nicole from Puyallup, Washington. I was wondering if you ever got tired of saying, but you don't have to take my word for it.
I don't, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Thank you. Question over here.
All right. So, I'm Aaron. Who would you go gay with? I have a serious question if you don't want to answer.
I have no problem answering it. Wilson Cruz is awful cute. Isn't he? He is. That's a good-looking man. It's a good-looking man.
Yeah.
And
He's a lovely person.
He's got a wonderful heart,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And those eyes. I'm just saying.
There you go. Ask and ye shall receive.
Portland, coming with questions I've never been asked before.
That one even got me. I was like,
Wow.
Question over here. Hi.
Hi, I'm Phoenix, and if you could just invent a new episode of Star Trek, regardless of any limitations, nobody saying you can't, like, network-wise or whatever, no technical limitations, no time limitations, it could be an episode of Next Generation, and it could be about anything you want, what would it be?
I'm pretty certain it would be the upcoming 5-episode arc on Picard, season 3. Phoenix, this shit has got to be good. Seriously, it was so satisfying doing it. Actually having an opportunity to say goodbye while we knew we were saying goodbye. I never thought this would happen, and I think the rest of the cast felt the same way. We never thought this would happen. Before Patrick started season 1, he took us all out to dinner and explained that his intention was to do this character at another stage in his life, and that he didn't want us to not feel left out, but we weren't invited.
It was a lovely dinner.
It was like, hey, thank God he picked up the check, because otherwise he might not have gotten out of there alive. And we were all very accepting of that, Phoenix. So to have had this opportunity to not only spend time together, like the old days in our spacesuits. It's been 25 years since we had been together that way, right? Relating to each other as these characters that we have all become so attached to. So I didn't have to dream it. Terry Matalas did, and I'm really thankful that he has.
Thank you.
Did you get to keep your uniform
From
from the Next Generation?
I didn't take a spacesuit, no.
Okay.
No. I took the visor. What,
Of course.
kidding? Spacesuit. A lot of spacesuits. There's one visor that I wore anyway.
I love it. Question over here. Hi.
Hi, my name's Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
And I guess you answered the visor question I had, so we'll go to question 2.
Always good to have a backup, y'all.
So the question is, would you host another game show? Or would you say you may have been jilted by Jeopardy?
Well, Jeopardy hired the hosts that they wanted, so it's all good. And I invite you to stay tuned because in 2023, I'll be coming out in a game show that I've partnered with Hasbro on with a little IP called Trivial Pursuit. So the answer to your question is yes, and I look forward to being on the air, perhaps in some markets directly opposite the show that shall not be named.
That's an interesting idea. When one door closes, others open.
Always, always, always. Everything happens for a reason. And you know what? I mean, it was a real. It's a thing when you really want something, right? And you put yourself out there, and then in a very public way, it doesn't happen. I thought it was a lock, right? I had wanted this for so long. I had thought about it for so long. I thought, oh my God, this is actually going to happen. And then it didn't. It was like, what? I was like, ooh? Wow. And, I'll always bet on myself. And given the opportunity to do it all over again, I would, well, first I would not believe the executive producer when he told me twice he was not interested in the job. His job was to find someone to do the job. That's the guy who gave himself the job. So if I were to do it all over again, I wouldn't trust him. But I would insist on knowing that this was a real audition for the job, because that's what I thought I was asking for. That is what I thought I was asking for, and I thought that's what I was involved in. But as it turns out, I don't know what it was. I think it was a way for them to fill time.
It generated tons of headlines, right?
It generated a lot. And so to feel a little bit like I was pulled into a publicity stunt, but I went in willingly, and I own my actions 100%. I just wish they had been more forthcoming at the beginning.
I can't wait to see the show. I'm really
proud
it's gonna be
of
awesome.
Trivial. We've developed what I think is a really awesome game, and I can't wait to share it with y'all.
Yay, that's fantastic. 2023. Question over here, hi.
Hi, I'm Jesse. Thank you so much for being an integral part of me being a writer today, so thank you for that. And I just wanted to ask you, a short while ago, you did an interview with Rolling Stone where you talked about some of the failures on Next Generation with Geordi and his romantic life. And now we see in Picard, you actually have kids, and so what's it like to sort of be able to sort of backfill and sort of flesh out that aspect of Geordi that you thought wasn't as fully formed in TNG?
We are righting a wrong that should never have been.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Question over here.
Hi, my name's Amanda. I've been a fan of everything that you've done, but I'm a teacher, and I teach language arts and social studies. Could you sing Reading Rainbow to me? I'm going to record you if you do.
Yeah.
I'll sing it if you don't record it.
Okay, I won't.
Butterfly in the sky, Samantha.
Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Amanda, I can go twice as high. Take a look, Amanda. It's in a book, Amanda. It's
Thank you.
Thank you for the help. I appreciate you.
So Amanda, while you didn't record it, I know other people did, so you've got to get her the video. So that's like, she would really like to have it. I'm quite confident of this. Question over here.
Somebody will hook you up, Amanda.
Hi, my name is Brenna.
Hi, Brenna.
You've been a huge inspiration to me in terms of both your work on being an engineer on Next Gen as well as Reading Rainbow. Is there anybody who has been an inspiration to you?
Mm-hmm. Well, my mom is, primary inspiration. Yeah. I feel like I'm the man that I am because she was the woman she was. Billy D. Williams is here this weekend. That man. Sidney Poitier, certainly. Alex Haley, without question. Fred Rogers. And I got to say Gene Roddenberry as well. I was you don't know, but my mom and sisters and I, we watched Star Trek religiously. I was born in '57, so I grew up in the '60s, right in the middle of the civil rights movement. When I was growing up, there weren't all that many black people on TV that weren't on the news being, bitten by dogs and hosed and chased by cops with clubs, right? So seeing Nichelle Nichols on the bridge of the Enterprise meant the world to me because I was a kid. Look, representation is so important, so important. Representation in the popular culture, it is really difficult to grow up with a positive self-image, absent images that look like you in the popular culture. It's just hard. It's tough. Yeah, I've had a lot of examples to follow.
Thank you.
A lot, yeah.
How did your mom shape you?
Oh, in every way. My mom shaped me in every way imaginable. She was my first teacher. How did she shape me? How did she not? I mean, I can't think of an area in which she didn't have major impact. More than anything, I guess she just, in the way she lived, she taught me what love looks like. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Question over here. Hi.
Hello, my name is Patrick. It looked like you really enjoyed hosting Jeopardy. Is that the case? And what
Oh, I had a
was your favorite
blast.
part?
It was one of the scariest things I've ever done. Honestly, I've jumped out of an airplane, right? It was a perfectly good airplane. I jumped out of it. It's something, I'm actually very proud of it. There's a story along with it that I'll tell you another time, but hosting Jeopardy was the fulfillment of a long-held dream, and it was scary as hell. And I loved every moment of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Question over here. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Elizabeth. I know that you still work with literacy projects to this day to help kids. And my question for you is just, what are your thoughts and feelings about the attacks that are currently happening with libraries and books, especially books by people of color and the LGBTQ plus community, and just all of the things that are happening today with books and literacy fights?
I've been very, very, very clear about my position, and I've been very vocal. Read the banned books, y'all. If they don't want you to read it, there's a reason why. So read the books they don't want you to read. And in terms of the conversation, well, I'll go ahead and be generous and call it a conversation. In terms of the conversation that we're having around school curriculum and what is erroneously being referred to as critical race theory, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Not because your position is indicative of how much of a dirtbag you are. It is, but that's not the reason you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself for not respecting your children enough to understand basic human values.
Thank you.
Thank you. Question over here.
Geez, I don't think my question is this serious. My name's Doyle. I believe we briefly met behind some plexiglass today. So, what is your most recent thing that has made you laugh, or a story from your illustrious career you can tell us? That's a broad question.
In the photo op that you just mentioned, there was a family that came in, and you know, sometimes one of the things I love about the photo op is that people oftentimes don't know what to expect, and they're kind of overwhelmed in the moment. And a family came in, and you know, because we have the plexiglass thing, and because the shot isn't designed to be that wide, and so if there are like 4 or 5 people, you have to sort of organize yourselves so that, you know, we can take the picture. Well, this family could not get it together, and the photographer was there, and this guy was here, and his family was there, and I was like, well, don't you get the concept of family photo? It's like, everyone should be facing the camera. So that really made me laugh, because that shit was funny.
Thank you. Question over here.
Hi, I'm just curious on what you feel about the current state of Star Trek universe and what do you see for its future?
My God, there's a lot of it, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. It's like, I don't know who any of these people are. It's awesome. Really, because the family continues to grow. And I guess Will came back from Star Trek Day the other day. And we have a text chat that all of us are on. And he was saying on the text chat, I just came back from Star Trek Day, and guys, we are the OGs now. And I thought, I guess we are. Yeah, that feels pretty good. We're the OGs. So look, there's a part of me that, is nervous, gets a little nervous. I watched a television studio crash the ship before, right? With an over-proliferation of Trek in the universe. It was an unsustainable model of storytelling. You have to understand, when we were doing Star Trek, there were, once Voyager came on the air, there were 2 series running concurrently, right? Between Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, and then in Voyager, there were always 2 going concurrently. That's an awful lot of episodes of television. An awful lot, 26 episodes a season. So that was a storytelling juggernaut that will never exist again. Most you get in a season these days is 12, sometimes 10, 6 on some shows, depending upon your streaming service, constitutes a season, right? Or a series, as they call it across the pond. It's gonna continue to grow, obviously. I think some of the ways that they're growing it, they're being very smart about it. I just don't want to see the ship crash again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm David.
Hi,
Nice
David.
to meet you, Levar. I was wondering if you would mind sharing a story of getting to meet someone you inspired.
A story of meeting someone that I inspire. Oh.
Well, that woman right there who said she was inspired by engineering, right? As a result of...
Hey, there was a woman over here just a little while ago who, ask me another question. I'm gonna give you a mulligan, okay?
Fair enough.
Go ahead, ask another question.
How did you get involved with Reading Rainbow?
That's a good question. I had done a couple of seasons of a PBS show called Rebop out of WGBH in Boston, and the producers were looking for a host. The production company, Lancet Media, was based in New York, and I was on my way to Africa. And there used to be in New York an anchor named Sue Simmons, and she was a news anchor, but she also did celebrity interviews on their 5 o'clock hour.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm not
is that
interrupting.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Steph, that's cool. So you're a news anchor?
20 years, and I still fill in from time to time. I should not have interrupted the
awesome.
story, but
No,
I was like,
awesome. I
sounds
love
familiar.
Yeah, and so I was doing that interview with Sue Simmons on Live at 5, and the producers, I was on their list, and they tracked me down at my hotel in New York City before I left town, and I actually came back to the States, landed in New York, and went directly to the set of the very first episode of Reading Rainbow. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Question over here. Hi.
Hi, Alex again.
Hello, Alex.
Got the last two from Seattle, but I currently live across the river in Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Although Data and Picard got a lot of the screen time in the 4 Star Trek movies, I was wondering if you have out of all 4 of those movies, Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, Nemesis, although I hate that one only because you guys should have got better outing. Do you have a favorite Geordi LaForge scene or dialogue or moment from any 4 of those movies?
Geordi sees a sunrise the way everybody else does for the first time.
That's a good one. It was also awesome seeing you and Riker ride with Zephyrin in this whole warp flight in First Contact. So
That's
another awesome
Alex's
one.
right there. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Question over here. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Dustin. My question is there a book that you are reading currently or have read recently that you would recommend?
Oh my God. All kinds. I have a book club. And what are we reading in my book club right now? I think we just finished A Confederacy of Dunces. And what are we reading? What are we reading right now? Go to fable.co and look up Levar's club. Fable.co. Yeah, that's what it is. The Levar Burton book club. I can't remember what it is we're reading right now.
Someone will have it here in about 2 seconds.
Yeah,
so.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry my brain is so addled. I apologize.
Question over here. Hi.
Hi. Oh, wow. My voice is really loud.
What's your
Sorry.
name?
Christy. So I'm here for my sister too. She can't be here. So I'm asking a question for more of her. For her. Her name is Lorena. So I have a question from one Black person to another. What would you say? What words of inspiration do you have for Black people and people of color that want to do things, something from like reading or doing, like, I guess anything in general?
Let me make sure that I understand your question.
Yeah.
Would you repeat it?
Yeah. Sorry. I just said like what advice you would have for a person of color for things like writing or engineering or anything like that.
It's not original, but I believe it to be true. And that would be other people's opinion of you is none of your business. Make sense?
Yeah.
You do you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello, I'm Andrea. I have a question. What stories or memories do you have from backstage before you would do the shoots for Star Trek and everything?
Well, you mean on the set when we were making the show?
Correct.
The thing about the Next Gen cast, and at the beginning, somebody asked me what it was that made us what we are. And I think one of those things is we tend to make one another laugh. I mean, more than anyone else in our respective lives. There's just something it's like being with, your best friends from high school, only now we're, it's more than 40 years later. It's like 50 years later, and every time we get together, it's as if no time has passed, right? We're just, we're a little more gray and a little slower, but we still make each other laugh, and it's just glorious being together.
On your group chat, which I'm envious of. I love when I'm on stage with Will. He is just an absolute gem and a joy. And he loves Portland, right? So he loves coming to visit. Who is the most prolific texter?
Marina.
She will blow up your phone.
She's chatty. Well, she's over. You know, she's home now in England, and so she doesn't initiate chats. So aside from Marina, I think it would be Brent. Okay. Yeah. Brent can be chatty.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I get together with Michael at cons, we talk airplanes because
Are you a pilot?
student pilot. He's an
Nice.
actual bona fide pilot.
He's a serious pilot.
Yeah. Question over here. Hi.
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 I'm Clara. I have a random question. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One food.
For the rest of my life?
Like a genre or like
So far, I've heard potatoes and bananas from separate people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like one thing for the rest of my life.
Or if it's like curry or ramen.
So you're talking either one thing or a whole category of food.
I mean,
I'm gonna go with avocado.
avocados.
I can eat an avocado every day for the rest of my life. I'd be big as a house, but I could eat an avocado every day for the rest of my life.
Fair enough.
Thank you. I was curious what you were going to say because it was Sylvester McCoy who picked banana, and a woman right here, was it you? She had a banana. Do you have an avocado? Okay. You already ate it. Okay, so sorry, you're avocadoed out, but it was worth a try. Hi, question over here.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Nice to meet you. So I've just always wanted to let you know this. From Roots on through reading Rainbow and Star Trek, you inspired me to start reading, to start studying, to become an educator, a teacher, and eventually a librarian. And I just have to thank you for that. That you really led me down that path. And so currently I'm working with middle school students, and they struggle to get into the reading, and they get distracted a lot. And I was wondering if you could share some advice of maybe when you were their age, what kept you going back to books? What kept you reading that maybe could inspire them?
I found reading material around my passion, right? People ask me all the time, how can I get my kids to read more? And I generally ask them two questions. Number one, I ask them, how much do your kids see you reading? Right? Because that's the most important modeling we can do for our kids, is model for them that reading, the written word, literature, storytelling is important to us, right, as human beings, that it's an integral part of who we are, our species, right? And then I ask them, well, what are your kids passionate about? Because it's our passions that drive our reading appetites. And I've said for years, if your kid likes superheroes, then damn it, buy your kid comic books. I don't care what the gateway drug is, I just want kids to read.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Librarians are some of my favorite people, librarians and educators.
We see librarians. Hi. Librarian over here. Hi. Any other librarians in the house? In the back, I see you.
Teachers, educators in the house.
Here we go. Loving that.
God bless y'all.
Fantastic.
I genuinely wish that we lived in a country and in a culture where what you did was more appreciated and better compensated.
We have about 5 minutes left. Question over here.
Hi, my name is Melinda, and do you like to cook? And what do you cook? Or a variety of things and stuff like that? I mean, my husband and I cook together.
I can cook a little. I don't cook much. My wife, Stephanie, burns. I mean, that woman can cook.
What's your favorite meal?
Whatever she makes.
Smart man.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
So you're not picky?
Oh, yeah, I am.
She's that good.
She's that good.
Oh, good. Thank you.
No, I'm serious. For several years now, we host Thanksgiving, and my wife team cooks with a chef, a professional chef, a man named Jet Tila. And Jet does the proteins, and Stephanie does all the sides, including the monkey bread. So she does monkey bread, of course, sweet potatoes, corn pudding. Her dressing is, oh my God. It's like that. She cooks for 4 days. 4 days, and I'm running up and down the stairs because we have a freezer that's 2 floors down on the outside in what we call the Martha Stewart room. So I am continually running up and down stairs, taking pots of greens. I mean, gumbo. It's ridiculous at my house for
You're earning the
Thanksgiving.
meal.
So I don't really need to cook much. I make a sandwich now and again. You know? Because Stephanie Roxanne keeps me good. She keeps me tight.
Great question. Thank you. Question over here.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and we were born in the same year, Levar, and I'd had to hear the end of the question. Why did you pick The Tales of Power?
Because it was a really influential book that I read when I was in high school. When I think of high school, I think of that period of my life, which was highly experimental.
Yes, it was a good time to be a teenager.
It was a great time to be a teenager.
Thank
you. It really
you.
was. Thank you.
Question over here.
Hi. Oh, it's very loud. My name's Libby, and my question, one of my favorite episodes of
Libby, you have the gold.
the butterflies. Yeah, thank you,
yay, Libby.
Oh, sorry. My question, one of my favorite episodes of Next Generation is Darmok, which is all about storytelling. And I was curious, it's such a good episode, obviously very Picard focused, but if you were in that situation and you had to choose an epic or story, obviously Picard chose Gilgamesh, what would you tell to communicate with that other race?
Wow. Portland.
Right? Yeah. That means you're going to come back.
Y'all some smart people, huh? Thoughtful. Wow. What an amazing question. What story would I choose to be the paradigm for our communication? I would choose Dante's Inferno.
Excellent, yes.
Before we ask you a question myself, what do you want your legacy to be?
I don't know. You know, if it turned out to be he wanted kids to read, I'd be good with that.
I'm going to take a selfie of us so I can remember this moment. Give it up for Mr. Levar Burton!